Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Laura and Antonio's virtual jazz club. We hope you're having a delovely evening.
Delovely.
That tune that you were just listening to is called It's Delovely, and that recording was our live performance from the Rochester International Jazz Festival in 2016. So depending on when you might have tuned in the last few minutes, that was a medley of It's Delovely combined with an original composition called Waltz for Bill, dedicated to Bill Evans. And then before that, we heard another original called Something's Cookin'. I don't know if anybody was here for that long, but if you caught that, that's what you were listening to. So thank you so much for joining us. We are doing these concerts every single night at 8:30 p.m., and this is week number 10 now. It's been such a great project for us. We'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who have been making this virtual jazz club dream possible for us during this time. If you'd like to become a patron of Laura Dubin Jazz, please visit lauradubin.com by clicking in the link right in the video here. If you're watching on YouTube, just click on the little arrow underneath the video, and that's where you'll find the link. Or you can simply go to lauradubin.com and then click on the music/store page. You'll find 3 different ways that you can make a contribution, and the first is
Purchase our albums.
The second is
Make a one-time donation.
And the third option is
Become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And if you'd like to make a donation but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a Facebook message or you can email me through the contact form on my website and we can discuss another method.
We always respect the privacy of our donors.
We are really excited about all of the music on our program tonight. I mean, I say that every night, but every night we just kind of have a little special thing that we come up with.
Yes, and I think
it's
because even for us, some days, I mean, we have been playing a lot of music together before.
Yeah.
But most of these pieces are kind of new for us. Mm-hmm. But probably one time, I like that tune or something like that. But
yeah, like we're familiar with them, but
yeah.
playing it for the first time. Or
Mm-hmm.
some pieces that we played several years ago that now we're kind of reviving again, too.
Yeah, it's kind of new.
Yeah, so this project has been great for us for that reason, especially. So tonight we'd like to start off with another composition from the album called Study in Brown. And we started with a piece from the same album last night called Sandu. The album is the trumpet player Clifford Brown and the drummer Max Roach. It's their album together, their quintet. The album is called Study in Brown. This tune was written by Richie Powell. The piece we're about to play is called Jackie. And Richie Powell was actually the brother of Bud Powell, who is definitely more well-known, but they were both jazz pianists. Tragically, Richie Powell died in a car accident when he was only 24, and Clifford Brown actually died in the same car accident. They were both on their way to a performance together when it happened.
This is
so tragic.
This is incredible news because, it's very famous that crash accident because Clifford Brown.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know until you mentioned it that actually Richie Powell was in that accident too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sad. So we'd like to honor them and especially honor Richie tonight because although he might have not been as well known as his brother Bud, I'm sure he was starting to really make a name for himself when that happened.
24.
Yeah. So we're going to be thinking of him when we play this composition. This is called Jackie. That was called Jacqui by Richie Powell, wonderful pianist who unfortunately left this world too soon. But he certainly left a legacy playing with the Clifford Brown and Max Roach quintet, and he had some wonderful compositions such as this one. It's so much fun to play this music. Yeah. Oh, sorry. You're going to say something?
I wanna, even if I don't have to play the key, I mean, but it has a lot.
It's got an interesting modulation. Yeah, it goes up by a half step in the middle of the piece and then comes back down, which is not very common. And also, it goes to the key of B major in the middle, which is not a common key in jazz at all, because I think it's a difficult key for horns to play in, and a lot of jazz compositions are written
if anybody
keys.
can have a shot of the key signature, it's 5 sharps.
5 sharps, yeah. I'm 5 out of 7. And there's some accidentals in there too. So
this is great.
Good little sight reading exercise there. So thank you all so much for joining us. I know a lot of listeners are tuning in now. Please leave us a comment and say hello. Let us know what part of the world you're watching from. And if you are watching for the first time, please introduce yourself. We've had new listeners almost every single night since we started, and we are so excited about that. And we really appreciate all of our friends and family who have been spreading the word about what we're doing here and sharing our videos on your own Facebook pages. So we'd like to extend a warm welcome to all of our new listeners out there tonight. And you can leave a comment on the Facebook or YouTube video wherever you're watching. So we hope that you will. At the end of the concert, we're going to read through all the comments and say hello to everybody who left one. So you can join in the fun with us. We'd like to play a standard by the great Cole Porter next. And it's kind of an interesting subject matter that I won't delve into too much now. But this is a composition of Cole Porter's called Love for Sale. might have been the most fiery version of Love for Sale ever. I love playing it like that. It's a fun kind of Latin jazz inspired arrangement of Cole Porter's classic Love for Sale. So thank you all so much for watching. I know there are a lot of people tuning in right now who maybe weren't here at the very beginning of the program a little while ago. So we'd just like to say thank you once again to all of our patrons out there who have been making this virtual jazz club possible for us. We appreciate your support so much. And if you'd like to become a patron of Laura Dubin Jazz, please visit my website. You can click on the link right in the video here, or you can simply go to lauradubin.com and then click on the music/store page. And when you get there, you'll find 3 different ways that you can make a contribution. The first way is
purchase our albums.
The second is
make a one-time donation.
And the third way is
become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
And the first option was purchase our albums, because your mic was coming on, right?
Purchase our
albums.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes.
Just I saw you turning it on, so I wanted to make sure they heard that part. If you'd like to make a donation, but you prefer not to do it online, you can send me a private Facebook message. Or you can contact me through the form on my website, and we can talk about another method.
We always respect the privacy of our donors.
So we are so excited about this next piece. Our regular listeners know that we love to play classical music in a jazz style. We have an album that we released last year called Classical Jazz. That's literally what the entire album is. And on several other of our albums, we also have a lot of classical jazz pieces that we've done. And this is a new arrangement, although this is actually a piece that I've been playing since I was a teenager. And this was one of my favorite classical pieces of music that I learned growing up. This is Chopin's Waltz in B minor. And I'd like to dedicate this to 2 people. One is, we'd like to dedicate this to Mrs. Honadel, who was my piano teacher my whole life from childhood until I graduated from high school. And I learned this piece with her. And I also know that Chopin is her favorite composer. So we'd like to dedicate this to Mrs. Honadel if she's out there watching. And I'd also like to dedicate this to my awesome piano student, Emily, who is playing this piece right now. So if Emily's watching, hello, thanks so much for being here. And we hope you all like this jazz arrangement of Chopin's Waltz in B minor. So I think there might be another classical jazz album in our future. I think classical jazz 2, Roman numeral 2. Maybe that'll happen later this year or next year. Thank you all so much for being here, because that was our world premiere performance of this arrangement. So, and I always get so excited when we do, especially when we do our new classical arrangements. And it's very fresh. I learned this piece when I was, I don't remember what year. I was in high school when I learned it. Might have been maybe 10th grade. Can't quite remember, but I've been playing this piece for a long time. But now it's like kind of learning it again in a whole new way.
Beautiful. Thank you, Mrs. Honidal.
Yes.
Thank
and
you
that
for teaching this music.
Might be one of the first times our listeners have heard Chopin with drums, unless you're familiar with our arrangements of the other 2 Chopin waltzes. But if you're listening for the first time, there's definitely a good chance that was the first time you ever heard Chopin with drums.
Yeah, I hope Frederick is not upset about this.
Definitely not.
I do with a lot of my respect.
I think it enhances the music even more. He should have written it for piano and drums in the first place. So we'd like to play a beautiful jazz standard next by George and Ira Gershwin. And in my opinion, you just can never go wrong with playing a Gershwin tune. This one is called Love Walked In. That was called Love Walked In by the Gershwin brothers. And I was just thinking as we were playing it, this is another piece that reminds me of Doctors Agree, because he had an arrangement that he did, actually an a cappella arrangement that Gold Company 2, GC2, did my first year in the group. And it was a beautiful arrangement with just all these beautiful 4-part harmonies, probably more than 4, maybe even like 8-part harmony. But I think that was actually the first time I had heard that piece. So I'm talking about my college piano professor, Dr. Zagri, who we talked about, I think maybe 2 weeks ago, a week or two ago. One of the best people I've ever known in my life. So I'm thinking about him again as we play this one. Yeah. So we've got just a couple more tunes before we say goodnight. And this next one is another one that is super close to my heart. So I've been really looking forward to doing this one tonight. And this comes from one of my 2 favorite movies. Most of you know, or many of you know, that my favorite movie ever is The Sound of Music. But Mary Poppins is pretty much tied with The Sound of Music. And they both starred Julie Andrews, so it doesn't get any better than that. And Mary Poppins has so much great music, and of course so much fun music, like Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. You can't not love a song like that. But this is actually my personal favorite song from Mary Poppins, and it's a slower piece, and it's a very kind of reflective piece. And I think that it comes at kind of a pivotal moment in the movie when Mary Poppins is kind of feeling some compassion toward Mr. Banks, the father, who maybe isn't one of the most well-loved characters in the beginning of the movie, but she's kind of having a compassionate moment where she's understanding his point of view, and she's sort of trying to help the children understand like what things are like for their father. And she uses this kind of metaphor about this woman who feeds the birds sitting on the street. And so that's the name of the song. This is called Feed the Birds. I'm sure all Mary Poppins fans out there will recognize this. I'd like to dedicate this to my mom because we watched Mary Poppins countless times during my lifetime. And I know this is also her favorite song from the movie, and she loves birds. So we'll play this one for you. That was called Feed the Birds from the classic, iconic movie and one of my favorites of all time, Mary Poppins. I can't help but imagine Julie Andrews singing when we play that, and it just puts me in the best mood. There she is. I always thought that if everybody had Julie Andrews singing to them before bed every night, that the world would be a much more peaceful place. So, food for thought. I don't know. So we've got just one piece left to play for you tonight. And if you haven't left a comment yet, now would be a great time to leave a comment and say hello, because after we play this last piece, we're going to read through all the comments on Facebook and YouTube and say hello to everybody who left one. So let us know where you're watching from. And if you are watching for the first time, please introduce yourself. And once again, we'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our patrons who have been making this virtual jazz club possible for us. It's really a dream come true, and it's been a wonderful project, especially during this time. So thank you really from the bottom of our hearts. And if you'd like to become a patron of Laura Dubin Jazz, please visit lauradubin.com. You can click on the link right in the video here. If you're watching this on YouTube, just click on the little arrow underneath the video, and that's where you will find it. Or if you are not on a touchscreen device right now, just simply go to lauradubin.com later and click on the music/store page. You'll find 3 different ways that you can make a contribution. The first way is
Purchase our albums.
the second is,
Make a one-time donation.
and the third is,
Become a monthly patron of Laura Dubin Jazz.
and if you'd like to make a donation but you prefer not to do it online, please send me a Facebook message, or you can email me through the contact form on my website and we can talk about another method.
We always respect the privacy of our donors.
And everything on my website is secure, but I do know that sometimes some people prefer not to do those kind of things online, so we understand, and there is another option available for you if that's the case. So the last piece we're going to play is by Chick Corea, and the great pianist and composer, and I have a little thing that I'd like to read here.
I love that.
Yeah, so we've been following Chick Corea's Facebook page. He's also been doing live stream concerts during this time. He's so inspirational, and not only just a prolific musician, but he just is such a deep person, and I just love his musical and life philosophy so much. And
truly, it's a big and coherent with everything that he's doing.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a perfect word. Yeah. So he posted this on Facebook a few days ago. It's just a short little thing. I'm guessing that he wrote this himself. It's like a little poem kind of. And I thought it was so beautiful. I shared this on my Facebook page. And as an intro to one of his pieces right now, I'd like to read this. It's called Antidote. Music and musicians are the antidote to man's inhumanity toward man. We raise spirits, we bring joy, we bring singing and dancing, we create trust, we embrace each other, and mainly we help. I just thought that was so beautiful and so completely true. That's exactly what music is, and art.
Yeah, bravo, Chick.
Yes,
Yay.
Thank you for those beautiful words, Chick. Truly, it's just, I was just so happy to see that, and it kind of made me feel like we're doing something important here, so that was also kind of a nice feeling. But we appreciate all of you being here so much, because without having an audience out there to experience our music, it's just going into the walls here in our home.
And when somebody's listening, it's always when you feel like, we are doing something that really is worth it to share. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everybody, to listening.
Yeah. So on that note, we'd like to play one of Chick Corea's best-known compositions. This comes from his album called My Spanish Heart, although I'm sure he's got this on other recordings too. And this is called Armando's Rumba. And his real name is Armando, but his father's name is also Armando. So I think he dedicated this piece to his father.
Yeah.
So much fun to play. We hope you enjoy this one. was called Armando's Rumba by the legendary Chick Corea. We so appreciate him sharing his music with us during this time. It's been really a joy to be watching his live stream videos. We recommend that you check them out. So much wonderful music and information there. Yeah. So that is all of the music here tonight. But we're going to read through all the comments now and say hello to everybody out there. And don't forget, we are doing these every night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. No nights off.
No nights off.
Every night.
Every.
So if you're listening for the first time tonight, we hope that you will continue to watch these. Please like my Facebook page and subscribe to my YouTube channel. They're both called Laura Dubin Jazz. Very easy to remember. And we also hope that you will sign up for our mailing list. You can just go to the homepage of my website, lauradubin.com, and you'll find the mailing list sign up right there. And that's always the first place where we make any kind of music announcements. So you'll really be one of the first people to find out if we have news if you sign up for that. All right, let's see who's out there. I see Jeff Wade is watching from Florida again. Hi, Jeff. Thank you so much for being here tonight.
Thank you, Jeff.
He says, just caught the end of the last song. Very interesting. I like it. Thank you. That was Armando's Rumba by Chick Corea.
Rumba, yeah.
Oh, and he also says, I love Chopin. So he must have seen the Chopin too. Thank you so much. Chopin's music, I was just telling this to you the other day. Somehow the harmonies, the chord progressions that he uses are perfect for like turning into a jazz waltz. Yeah. They make so much sense, like especially for improv. It just seems really fluid. So
this is beautiful.
Chopin was a jazz musician.
Yeah.
Oh, and Linda also liked the Chopin too. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you, Linda.
Thanks so much for watching. We miss you. It's so great to have you here tonight. Oh, she says it's Laura and Antonio style. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
That was our goal.
That's so kind. Thank you.
Hey, Donna. Thank you so much for watching. This is very clever.
Donna.
She says, love walked in to your nightly jazz club.
Yeah.
I love that. There's nothing nicer than Gershwin tunes. I totally agree. Thank you so much for watching, Donna.
How you?
Exactly. Although, actually, that one's not by Gershwin, but they mention Gershwin in the song.
They mention Gershwin.
I like a Gershwin tune, exactly.
Exactly.
For beginning of the song. I like New York in June, and I like a Gershwin tune.
Exactly.
For first verse of the song. Yeah. Hey, Alicia and Joni, thank you both so much for watching.
Thank you, Alicia and Joni.
So they say, we really like The Sound of Music as well. When Joni, was little, I listened to the album The Sound of Music all the time. Mary Poppins is great too. I did the same thing. In fact, both of those soundtracks, The Sound of Music and Mary Poppins, God, I listened to them constantly and watched the movies like all the time. They're still my favorites. So thank you so much, Alicia and Joni, for watching.
Thank you. Thank you, Alicia and Johnny.
Yeah. Your mom left a comment. Hola, Ma.
Hola,
Thank you for watching.
Gracias,
which is
Ma.
gracias. Just thank you so much for this beautiful concert. Thank you. It's our pleasure. And I'd like to say hola also to Alejandro Sr. and Jr. and to Deanna. Thank you all so much for watching.
Gracias.
Donna says, we always feed the birds our leftover bread. What a lovely song and nice arrangement. I always did the same thing when I was younger. Actually, I should show that photo sometime. My grandpa took this photo of me that's kind of become like a famous family photo. It's
just feeding the
I'm feeding the ducks at
exactly.
Maplewood Park, and I think he also has another photo that he took of me doing the same thing at the Erie Canal at Showen Place. So that was like one of my favorite activities when I was a kid. So we have that in common. Linda says, the whole program tonight was delightful. Thank you both so much. Thank you, Linda. It's so sweet of you.
Thank you so much for
tonight
listening.
Was definitely extra fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we always have fun here no matter what, but...
Yeah, especially today. It was some kind of
when we play
selection.
New music, it like gives us kind of a nice boost of energy and like excitement. I see that my dad and mom are both watching. Hi, Mom and Dad. Thank you both for watching.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Jan. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah,
thank
we miss you both. Mom, it was so great to see you today from a distance.
You.
Can't wait to see everybody in, closer proximity, hopefully sooner than later. But at least it was fun seeing each other with our masks through the door. And Jeff Trumbull. Hi, Jeff. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you, Jeff.
Jeff and Sharon. Thank you so much.
Sharon and Laura.
Yes.
Yay.
So great to have you both here. Thank you. And Ashley Kimbrough. Hey, Ashley and Ashton and Aiden and Chloe. Ashley is a good friend of mine from college, and I see that she just shared our video.
Oh, thank you, Ashley. Thank you for watching.
So I hope we get to hang out with them someday. Ashley is an amazing singer. Her husband is an amazing pianist, and I think producer and maybe drummer. And both of their kids are becoming like music prodigies. I see all their Facebook videos. So
very nice.
It'd be fun to have like a married couples like jam session with them someday when we can travel again.
Wow, this is great. Thank you so much for watching.
Yeah, great to have you here, Ashley. Their son Aiden, I forget how old he is, maybe 5, 6. I'm losing track of time, but he's playing drums. He's like really got a great sense of rhythm, and like I can tell because she posts some videos of him sometimes. I can tell he takes it really seriously. Like he's really passionate about it.
Yeah, we need more drummers in the world.
Yeah. So that looks like it was probably it for tonight. If I missed your comment, as I say this always, but if there were any comments that did not show up right now, I'm gonna look through all of them again later on tonight, and then I'll reply to anybody that I might have missed. Oh, I see that Brian's watching on YouTube. Hey, Brian. Thanks so much for watching. Brian Waldron.
Hey, thank you, Brian.
He says, I'm enjoying the minor key material. I find it cathartic. Yeah,
yay.
I agree. Yeah. Minor keys are very cathartic for this period of time when you're in, kind of this sort of mood that I think we're all in as a society right now. It is definitely cathartic playing minor pieces. Yeah, I didn't realize that, actually.
Yeah.
More than half of them tonight were minor.
Minor.
Not intentional, but maybe that was the kind of mood we were feeling.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for watching, Brian.
Thank you.
And, we've got a new listener here on YouTube, Frederick Bastiat. I hope I said your name correctly. Thank you for the great music. And the spelling of his name is exactly the way that Frederick Chopin's name is spelled.
Very nice.
Very
Thank you, Frederick.
Cool. Nice to meet you virtually. Thank you so much for joining us.
We are here every day.
Yep, every night at 8:30 p.m. I'm not sure what part of the world you are in, but we hope you'll continue to tune in. Thank you so much, everybody. Great to have you here. We'll see you back here again in 23 hours. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Buenas noches.
Oh, buenas noches.